Hello everyone, Matt Thompson with you here on AFL.com.au. A very wet day here in Melbourne. Teams training all over town. Of course, we've got Sydney taking on Geelong tonight, but our focus has been on the build-up to tomorrow's big clash between Collingwood and West Coast. Let's start with the Eagles. A surprisingly big turnout as they trained at Melbourne's Junction Oval today. In the wet, similar conditions expected tomorrow at the MCG.
I think it'll play into our hands. We've had wet conditions in Perth for 2 weeks. We played Carlton in wet conditions last week and did really well.
The Eagles far from worried about the scrutiny they've been receiving from teams in the East.
If the opposition team's worrying about how they tackle us, well, that's a head start as far as I'm concerned.
Beau Waters and Mitch Brown returning for the MCG blockbuster. Across town, Mitch's twin brother fronting the cameras.
Hopefully I'll come across him eventually out in the field, but I hope he has a real good game. It's his first game back for a while and he's been playing good footy, so as much as I want to beat West Coast, I hope Mitch has a great game.
The Pies welcome back Heath Shaw, Ben Reid and Alan Tuvey. Brown confident Darren Jolly and Chris Dawes can take it up to the most powerful ruck combination in the land.
We take confidence in our guys every day of the week, and they've got to do their job. They don't have to do anything special tomorrow. They've just got to, it's going to be a day like this, so they've just got to hit hard and make them hurt.
Another day and more poaching speculation, this time linking Brisbane with Adelaide's Kurt Tippett. Michael Voss didn't deny it.
Oh, potentially so, but I mean, for us, as a coach, I find it really inappropriate that you can talk about other players from other clubs and their likelihood of joining your team at halfway through the season.
The Lions had a light session in dismal weather at Melbourne's Albert Park. Familiar conditions for the likes of Brownlow medalist Kevin Murray, the Fitzroy great to attend the Lions Hall of Fame dinner tomorrow night. Before that, Brisbane has a game to play. Two veterans returning to take on the Western Bulldogs.
Whenever you can sort of put a Simon Black, who's played 300 games, and Ash McGrath 200 plus, it certainly does add to your firepower a little bit.
And while his old mate Will Minson sits out for taking on-field banter a step too far, Ben Hudson is expected to give plenty when he faces his former club for the first time.
Yeah, he might just be able to have what Hutto's like. He doesn't mind a little bit of banter here and there, so he might just have a bit more fun with it, that's all.
Brendan Favola has a lot to thank Michael Voss for, but in an AFL.com.au one-on-one, the champion goal kicker has explained why he didn't thank the Lions in the acknowledgements at the back of his new book.
I did a fair bit of thanking throughout it. I spoke pretty highly of Vossi and Dean Warren and said how great the club was, but I was only there for 17 games, so I didn't spend too long there.
And you can see more of our conversation with Brendan Favola here online. That is a wrap on the footy news this Friday. All over the action tonight for you and right across the weekend. The stats, the scores, the highlights, everything you need to know. We'll catch you soon.